November is Hospice Awareness Month, so we have been having conversations about hospice and palliative care all this month on Daytime. And most of our discussions have centered around home hospice care. But there are times that a hospice center is what's best for the patient and the family. One of those centers is Wexner Heritage Village Zusman Hospice. And joining me is Lena Winkler. She's the Associate Medical Director of Zusman Hospice, along with Katrina Zidel, a family member of a past Zusman Hospice patient. And welcome to both of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Winkler, let me start with you and explaining the difference for people who don't know the difference between in-home care and inpatient care, which you offer at Zusman.
Typically, we actually come to patients where they live, and that's like most hospices. And there's two scenarios that usually bring us to where a patient lives. And the first one is what people always imagine when they're thinking about hospice. And that's a situation where a family member has been suddenly diagnosed with a terminal illness, usually end-stage cancer, in which they've been told there's no curative treatments. And I use the word curative treatment because in the hospice world, I have a whole palette of comfort treatments available. Now, the most typical scenario that family members and patients aren't aware of is usually we're coming into people's homes because they've had a long medical journey with their illness. And over time, despite maximum medical intervention, and that means lots of changes in their medications, labs, hospital visits, visits to their doctor, and despite all of these changes, they're reaching a point where their illness is eroding away who they are. And that is the point where we come into where they live, and we help restore dignity, we help to restore comfort, and we also help to empower them and their family members to prepare for the possibility of death in a way that celebrates their life lived. Now, we're lucky at Zusman Hospice because, unlike most hospices, there's only two in the Columbus area that also have an inpatient unit for crisis management. So we're able to provide for the safety and comfort of our family members a place where they can come when they're having a crisis. And that would be pain management, shortness of breath, nausea, delirium. And they can come where we can wrap them with the support of the team they've known to grow and trust. They have the same doctor, nurse, their social worker that they've known all along. The rabbi, the chaplain, the volunteers, the aides are all going to continue to care for them, get them through this crisis, or we're going to be walking with them on their last days of their life. And our hospice is unique because we have private rooms that open up onto a beautiful courtyard. It's a home-like setting.
So it's very comfortable for the patient and their families.
It is.
And Katrina, that's what your family turned to at the loss of your sister and a twin, and I'm sure that was very difficult for you and your family.
It was. It really was. We actually were trying to take care of my sister, Christy, in the home, and we found very quickly that that was overwhelming and very challenging, and she was terminal at that time, so we just decided it was time to really find a place that could focus on her well-being and the safety of her everyday needs and take that pressure off of us as a family. So,
well, for many of us, we're not medical people. And so to take on that responsibility, no matter how, and I'm sure you'll attest to this, Katrina, how much you really want to keep your sister in the home where she's comfortable, if family can't figure out, and that's difficult to do, isn't it?
Oh, very, very difficult. It was actually... It was a lot of pressure on the family when you should be really spending the time to focus on the last, days, moments, memories that you have with this individual and be able to enjoy that time. It really took a lot of that away. So finding Zusman and being able to have an intimate setting and have that environment where they're able to give hands-on care every day.
And here's a picture of your sister, and I'm sure she'll be so proud of what you have done. You have started, in her memory, raising money for Zusman and for another nonprofit here in town, Dress for Success. What's this all about?
Well, it was a way for me, in being a twin and losing someone so close to me, that I could personally feel connected with her and also give back and carry on her legacy.
Which is wonderful. We're looking at the website, and we have the website up there for folks if they want to check it out as well. But I'm sure, Dr. Winkler, that this isn't the first time that you have had folks want to wrap their arms around Zusman people after you've helped them through this end-of-life comfort for their loved one.
Yeah. I take great pride in the fact that when they come into our facility, it doesn't feel like a medical institution. We have volunteers baking cookies twice a week. On Friday mornings, the smell of fresh baked bread comes through the hallways from Wexner Heritage Village. And we really try to make this a safe place.
So when should people call you?
So people actually, patients themselves, their family members, social workers, nurses can all call our hospice. Just call the front desk for a referral. You do not need to go through your doctor to get a referral. And it has been shown that the better your doctor knows you, the longer they've been caring for you, the least likely they are to actually get you hooked up with end-of-life care. And I suspect it's because we care about our patients and we blind ourselves to what's going on. But if you have this feeling that you're reaching a point where your life is being eroded away from you, you need more help, you want to spend more time focusing on the quality parts of life, and you want to hand those worries over to us and let us manage it for you.
Well, Dr. Winkler, thank you so much for that advice. The information's been on our screen. And Katrina, thank you for sharing the story of your sister, Christy.
Thank you for having me.